All right, I'm back. We're back with nothing other than H2O. It has been a rough weekend. We could use some water. We have been going hard. So, tonight, we're going to be using Southern Witchcrafts Samhain or Samhain or Blue Salmon, Blue Sandwich, Sand Ham. This is Southern Witchcrafts Pumpkin, Sandalwood, Bourbon, and Tobacco Artisan Shave Soap out of Georgia. There's a look at the soap there. It is somewhat soft. Doesn't take a whole lot to press into it. Just rub the residual right there. It is somewhat soft. It's not super duper duper soft like a cream, but soft enough that you can easily make an indent in the puck. I already have it lathered up in my Lancaster Razorworks shave bowl right here. A staple of my daily shaves. You get a look at that beautiful bowl right there. And then we're going to be using That Darn Rob Fanchurian Badger Knot, now known as Chisel&Hound, but formerly That Darn Rob. You get a look at the lather right there. Very nice lather, very nice badger knot. There's the coin for you in case you're interested. That Darn Rob, the old coin. Let's get into it. I'll go ahead and wet the face. I have had a gang of beers today, so if this one runs a little bit off the rails, it will be no surprise, no shock to anyone. On the weekends, I will from time to time make my rounds at the breweries, and sometimes the afternoon shave is a buzzed or drunk shave. So that is what we're looking at today. All right. Very nice. Southern Witchcrafts is one of my all-time favorite soap bases. Definitely one of the premier best vegan soap bases available to us. I don't know what they've done to solidify themselves as one of the best vegan bases in the game, but I'll tell you what, if you have not tried Southern Witchcrafts vegan shaving soap base, you really need to get out there. Even if you just buy their sampler pack, get a feel for their scent offerings. And then maybe buy a tub, based off of what you liked and what you didn't like. But whatever it is that you end up doing, you need to give Southern Witchcrafts vegan soap base a try. They are the truth. Believe me when I say it. Their vegan soap base is one of the best available in the artisan shaving soap realm. And it looks to me like I could add more water. When I'm painting it on, I can kind of see these like streaks that they leave behind instead of just a uber soft, like smooth surface. Like, let me try to. I just dipped the tips in the water and I'm shaking it off. But do you see how it smooths out with a little bit more moisture? That there is kind of like what a really hydrated soap base or a really hydrated lather looks like. You can see kind of where it's at the moment. And then you paint on just a little bit of water. And you see how it kind of smooths out. That's all it takes is just a little bit of water painted over the top of it. And you're right at that kind of, perfect hydration point. Obviously, I brought the soap base really close, but sometimes after you paint it on the face, you realize you just need a little bit more, and that's all that I did there. I just added a little bit more water. All right. We're going to be using a 1912 vintage gem razor. So this is referred to as the Gem 1912. You get a nice look at it there. You can see the standard bar that has like the grooves in the comb. A nice flat top for you to make your swipes. Very open underside for the lather to be caught under, hence the lather catcher name. A somewhat short and stubby handle. It does have a little bit of grooves to add in the grip, and then it's just kind of like a push open. So you can see the blade there. This one's been used about 4 or 5 times, and then that's what we're going with today. I believe it is a Personna stainless gem blade. So let us get into it. The scent on this Southern Witchcrafts Samhain is unreal. It made my fall 2020 best scents in wet shaving. So it was a fall seasonal list. This is one that every single autumn and fall for the foreseeable future I will be busting it out and enjoying. The scent breakdown on this one is phenomenal. The pumpkin is somewhat of a natural pumpkin. It doesn't come across as artificial or candy in any way, shape, or form. It comes across as a natural pumpkin having a natural sweetness. The tobacco adds some additional sweetness. It's a very warm, semi-sweet experience. One that isn't too gourmand, too sweet and cloying. It's a very like season appropriate scent for sure. Warm, semi-sweet, natural pumpkin that comes across. Let's see. Sandalwood and bourbon. So sandalwood and bourbon, I don't get like sandalwood or bourbon like easily. Prominent sandalwood and bourbon do not come across for me. I think both of those notes just add to the warm base that this has. I don't think it's a boozy scent whatsoever. And I don't think it's like a overly woody scent either. If anything, it's mostly natural pumpkin and warm sweet tobacco. And then the bourbon and sandalwood just round it out. And man, it's a wonderful scent. For real. It made my top 5 for fall. And it would definitely, it wouldn't even struggle to compete for this year's top 5 for fall. It would be there again. It would place easily in the top 5 for fall in 2021, same as it did in 2020. This is a wonderful fragrance. This is one that if I had it in a candle during the fall time leading up to Thanksgiving, this shit would bang in my household. For real. Southern Witchcrafts, you guys need a Samhain candle for the fall. I'm serious. Alright, let's grab some more soap right there. And we might have to add a little bit of water just like we did on pass one, but that shouldn't be much of a problem whatsoever. If you've watched my channel for a while and you've seen me use Southern Witchcrafts before, you know I'm a huge fan. My favorite vegan base. One of my all-time favorite soap bases. I'm a big fan of Southern Witchcrafts because of the risks they take with darker, more challenging fragrances. This one I don't think is super dark or super challenging, just being honest. I think this is one of their more crowd pleaser type fragrances, but they do offer a bunch that are a little bit more challenging. This one here, this one here I feel like is a crowd pleaser. It just smells like the holidays, you know. And we are now going to add a little bit of moisture to the end of the tips. Try to smooth some of this out. Just like that. You kind of see how rough it is and how smooth that one is. Smooth it out with a little bit of moisture. Easy as that. It's not rocket science, people. Just dip the tips. Smooth it out with a little bit of moisture. Easy as that. Alright. We'll grab the Gem 1912 yet again. Keep our angle nice and shallow. Ride the cap, as they say. This is the top cap right here. Kind of keep it somewhat flat to the skin. That's what they mean by ride the cap. Instead of having a deep angle, it's a more shallow angle. Very smooth. This 1912 is one of those ones that is very super smooth shaver. Oh crap, you know what I just realized? I was going with the grain a second time. So let's go ahead and turn that around. You can, well, at least I can immediately hear how I'm picking up more hairs going against the grain. No problem, though. Southern Witchcrafts has such residual slickness that I am able to shave right over the areas that the lather was already removed from, and there's still so much slickness left behind. It doesn't really slow me down whatsoever. It's a good testament to Southern Witchcrafts right there. Just like that. Very smooth. It's part of the reason why Southern Witchcrafts is so highly regarded. Excellent soap base. And I'm buffing just a little bit. I don't know if it's necessary whatsoever, but it feels good at the moment. And so that's what I'm doing. Buffing isn't really a huge part of my daily shaves. But if it feels good, it doesn't really As long as I'm not over-shaving and getting irritation, as long as it feels good and still gives me a very smooth result, then doing a bit of buffing isn't really going to hurt anything. So, you got to kind of know your skin, know the equipment that you're using. And if you feel like you can get away with some buffing, then do it. If you know that you can't, just forget about it. It's not worth it. But in this case, the Gem 1912 is a very smooth razor. I got away with buffing, and I think we got ourselves a nice BBS shave today. Very smooth, very comfortable, nice vintage gem shave. Definitely very, very enjoyable. There's a certain amount of enjoyment that comes from using a razor that's over 100 years old as well. Something that not every shaver is familiar with. But I'll tell you what, you shave with something that old, it kind of feels like a foreign object, you know what I mean? It's a razor, but because of its age and its design, it just feels foreign. It feels different. And it does take a little bit of getting used to, because it has a bit of a different shaving angle. But I'll tell you what, if you take the time to learn it and get familiar with it, you're going to be rewarded with a very nice shave, very comfortable, very smooth, and most importantly, a very close shave. And that's what we got here today. And these gem razors can be had for cheap. I'm going to wipe down with my Lancaster towel. But these razors can be had for cheap, guys. You hit eBay or Etsy, online, anywhere from 15 to 50 bucks, like depending on the model, the variant, and the condition that it's in. It varies a little bit, but if you have a fairly basic model like the one I have, you could probably get it for $25 to $35 for a 100-year-old razor, a piece of history that is absolutely as functional today as it was back then. Definitely a cool piece of history, you know what I mean? Wet shaving history. Alright. Went ahead and got the majority of that lather out of the beard. We will go ahead and move on to the post shave. I don't have the matching post shave product today, so we're going to go with Catie's Bubbles Dranks. And Dranks is a kind of a spicy, boozy fragrance. Also warm and sweet. And I like this one a lot right here. Industry standard quality restrictor. Let's go ahead and shake some of that out into the palm. Swish it around. And we're gonna be smelling very nice this evening. God, this is this is some good shit. Both of these fragrances, Samhain and Catie's Bubbles Drinks, Both of these fragrances just bring a smile to my face. Very nice fragrances. Perfect for the fall and autumn. Man. That's good shit. Alright, guys. A little bit slowing down, winding down this evening. That was some nice shit. Alright, guys. Cheers. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a good upcoming week. I'm out.